pysyä tänään kartalla. Arvo Pauliinin työnäyte on urheilijoilla kädessä, kun he lähtevät tuosta lähtöpaikalta matkaan. Miehillä siis edessä 3,8 kilometriä, 24 rastia, 40 miestä karsiutui 119 joukosta. Tähän finaaliin mukana siis kaksi suomalaista, Otto Siimosas ja Aleksi Niemi, lähtevät matkaan numeroilla 11 ja 12. Ja tässä samalla tulevat koejuokset maaliin. Morten Boström 13.55 oli Moren aika, kun sen tuosta bongasin ruudulta. Joni Hirvikallio 14.16. Jesse Laukarin 13.50. Ja naisten ajat olivat tuolla 12.40 paikkeilla. And now we're getting ready for the international broadcast and also the race here at Lojo. World Cup Sprint individual competition is ready to start. The first World Cup competition of this season. 13.51 siinä Anna Närhi maaliaika. And welcome also all the spectators there in the home sofas around Europe and around the world. Welcome to follow Orienteering World Cup here at Lojo. First individual competition, sprint competition is ready to start in a couple of minutes. 40 best men will start to fight the World Cup points and of course the victory of this first World Cup competition here at
And welcome once again, once more to Lojo and Finland to follow World Cup, Orienteering World Cup competitions. Sprint is ready to start here in the square market of Lojo town. In the morning we had 119 men qualifying for the sprint final, and now 40 best are here. And already now I know that competitor Thierry Jourjou from France doesn't start in today's race. So a little bit sad, but we had got the information that Jourjou doesn't start. And the first man, Østenkval Østebo, is now there on a course. Men's course is 3.9 kilometers and 24 controls. And we get intermediate times from 1.4 kilometers and 3.3 kilometers in this men's race. And after Østenkval Østebo, next man will be Kenny Kiviskas from Estonia. And here you can see the track that men are running. And from control number 8 we are getting first intermediate times after 1.4 kilometers of running. Here is some route choices. You can see often it's made from left or right, but interesting to see how these athletes manage to take these controls. And then we get the information from, as I said, from control number 8, 1.4 kilometers. Kenny Kivikas from Estonia starting here at the same time. When we see a little bit what it looks like, Tomi Närvä from Hiden Kiertäjät running here this route choice from 7th to 8th control, which we have the intermediate place at 1.4 kilometers. Winning time will be close to 13 minutes, 13 and a half minutes. Interesting to see. We had here pre-runners. Jesse Laukkarinen from Finnish national team run it in the 13:50. So how close to 13 and a half minutes will the winning time be? And here, then after the intermediate close control, many possibilities to take the route choices. And the next intermediate time will be at the 3.3 kilometers when Pavlo Uskravov from Ukraine starting here at the same time we are seeing from the screen and also in the live sending these route choices. Couple of little bit longer control gaps from 13 to 14. And then from control number 19 we get the next intermediate time after 3.3 kilometers. And we are going to also see the athletes here at the competition center just behind all the audience when they come here to the competition center. Hyvä yleisö, tulette myös näkemään urheilijat kesken urheilusuorituksensa tässä torilla juuri selkänne takana. He tulevat sitten livahtamaan rastilta numero 1920. He pyörähtävät tässä juuri torin kulmalla. And that place will be after 3 kilometers when the athletes come here to the competition center. Jonathan Clickmore from Great Britain starting his competition. At the same time we are seeing the last part of men's race. Totally, as I said, 24 controls and a 3.8 kilometers long course. Fastest in morning's qualifying was Sweden Martin Regborn. Regborn has been running very well during this first part of this season, this spring competition. He won a Swedish qualification competition on middle distance a couple of weeks ago. So that looks the track today for the men, and everything is ready here at Lojo for the exciting competition. Number 5, 105, Antonio Martinez Perez from Spain. We have 2 Spanish athletes in today's race. Andreu Planes will be starting quite in the end. These 2 Spanish has been running very well sprint competitions, and after Perez Johan Runesson from Sweden, now they representing Tampereen Pyrintö, is starting, and at the same time Øystein Kvar Österbo is coming now to the first intermediate control at 1.4 kilometers, and the time there is 4:45. Øystein Kvar Österbo, first man on the track, has now run first 1.5 kilometers and is heading now on the other side of this square market. At the same time, Johan Runesson starting his race. He ran very well first competitions here at Finland. And then Kenny Kivikas also approaching the intermediate control at 1.4 kilometers soon. At the same time, we have Piotr Parfiamowicz from Poland starting. Parfiamowicz was one of those who qualified a little bit surprisingly, maybe a little bit surprisingly in today's final, but nice to see Polish athletes here. Kenny Kivikas at 1.4 kilometers, and he takes the lead by 4 seconds ahead of Øystein Kvar Österbo. So Estonian is in a good pace. And here you see also the beginning of the track when Parfiamowicz starting his race, Österbo and Runesson here on a GPS. And at the same time, Pavlo Uskvarov from Ukraine coming now to the 8th control. And is he going to take the lead from Kenny Kivikas? Is it possible? He has now a couple of seconds and the control is there. So Pavlo Uskvarov taking the lead by 12 seconds. So Uskvarov has started very well. Pavlo Uskvarov kärkeen tuolla ja aloittanut todella vahvasti, 12 sekunnin kärki 1,4 kilometrissä. Chris Smithard from Great Britain, next one to start. Young Brit is ready and eager to go on the track. Brits has been very good on a sprint. And now Jonathan Crickmore and Chris Smithard qualified in today's sprint final. And Jonathan Crickmore is the next one to come to 1.4 kilometers. On the GPS, Uskvarov, Øystein Kvar Österbo, and here you can see the situation, live situation. Uskvarov is leading by 15 seconds ahead of Øystein Kvar Österbo when they were heading towards the 9th control. Jonathan Crickmore from Great Britain now coming to 1.4 kilometers, has lost already over 20 seconds to leading Pavlo Uskvarov. Crickmore 22 seconds behind leading Uskvarov. When we have next Swede, Emil Svensk here starting. Toinen ruotsalainen Emil Svensk siis jo radalla, Ruotsilla vahva edustus tämän päivän kilpailussa. Regmoon oli karsinnan nopein ja varmasti tullaan näkemään kovaa ruotsalaista tekemistä tämän päivän kilpailussa. Uskvarov leading at 1.4 kilometers when Antonio Martinez Perez from Spain is now coming there, and he is close, couple of seconds behind, 6-7 seconds, and exactly the gap is 6 seconds from Uskvarov to Martinez Perez. So the Spain has started very well this first part of today's sprint final. And here GPS again, Uskvarov, Österbo at second part of this race, and here some video image from the race. Timo Mikkola running there behind Antonio Martinez Perez towards the 9th control. Among the cars and others athletes running. And then the first Finn. Ja sitten ensimmäinen suomalainen Otto Siimosas valmiina lähtemään UK Trianin nuori suomalainen. valmiina taistoon ja ottolla. Tämä oli vahva näyttö kohti Viron MM-kilpailuja. Nyt toivotaan Otolle kunnon kisaa tähän päivään. Otto Simonsson from Finland, next one to start, young Finn. He's now heading towards this race when we are soon waiting already. First athlete towards the 3.3 kilometers. Øystein Österbo there in the lead. Johan Runesson coming to 1.4 kilometers at the same time that Simonsson starting his race. Runesson on a 6th place already, 36 seconds behind leading Uskorov. So Runesson has made some big mistakes in the beginning. Ja sitten seuraava suomalainen Aleksi Niemi Tampereen Pyrintö lähtövuorossa. Eli 2 vahvaa nuorta suomalaista. Ja näiden nuorten suomalaisten perään, kun on tässä muutaman vuoden jo huudettu, että koska tulee sukupolven vaihdos siinä, että nämä nuoret ottavat roolia. Ja nyt ovat Otto Simonsson ja Aleksi Niemi ottaneet sitä roolia ja ovat mukana tämän päivän finaalikilpailussa. Ja toivotaan molemmille nuorille vahvaa jalkaa ja tarkkaa suunnistusta. Piotr Parfjamovic, next one to come and punches third fastest at 1.4 kilometers. And GPS, Perez and Österbo at the same time. Aleksi Niemi starting his race. Both Finns now on the course. And at 1.4 kilometers, we are next waiting Chris Smithord, another Great Britain athlete. And soon we are seeing him there at 1.4 kilometers in the middle place at 8th control. Here comes Smithord, but he has lost a little bit over 10 seconds to the leading Pavlo Uskvarov. And Smithord 13 seconds behind and taking on the 5th place at 1.5 kilometers. And Øystein Österbo is here on the square market just behind the audience, punching on the 19th control. 11:49 is the time, and he is now heading to the last 400 meters. So soon we are getting the first man here to the finish area when Pavlas Kvartos from Poland starting his race. Emil Svensk coming to 1.4 kilometers. Uskvarov still in the lead, but is he still, when Svensk coming towards this control, it's quite tight. Svensk or Uskvarov in the lead. And it's Svensk leading by 1 second. Emil Svensk kärkeen, ruotsalainen ottaa kärkipaikan 1,4 kilometrissä sekunnin erolla. Kenni Kivikas taking the lead at 3.3 kilometers. 11:37 is the time there. So Estonian Kenni Kivikas running very well also. And next one to start, Ruslan Glibov from Ukraine. And soon also Øystein Österbo coming towards finish, already punched there. Couple of controls before, and soon we see him. Here he comes, Øystein Österbo, first man to finish today. The Norwegian has run very well, punching very fast at the last control, last 50 meters, and Øystein Österbo finishing today race with a time 13:28. 13:28 on kärkiaika Øystein Österbolle tämän päivän kilpailussa, ja nyt kahdotaan kuinka kauan tuo norjalainen saa sitä pitää. Kauan ei saa, sillä kohta tulee jo Kenni Kivikas. Kenni Kivikas from Estonia is approaching also, has run very well. And next man to start is from Austria, Matthias Reiner. And here comes Kenni Kivikas from Estonia, passing the last street here to the square market. He is leading this race by a little bit over 10 seconds before entering the square market here at the center of Lojo town and coming towards finish. Kenni Kivikas from Estonia taking the lead by 12 seconds. 13:16 is time for Kenni Kivikas. 13:16 12 sekunnilla kärkeen. Otto Siimosas nyt tulossa väliaikaan ja nyt odotetaan Otolta sinne hyvää aikaa. Katsotaan, Emil Svensk pitää sitä kärkipaikkaa 14.28 ajalla. Siimosas 15 sekuntia jääneenä. Otto Siimosas has lost 15 seconds to Emil Svensk on this first 1.4 kilometers and heading now to the second part of the race. And Jan Petercela from Czech Republic, next man to start. Pavlo Uskvarov, man who was leading the race in the beginning, has now lost some seconds here on the second and the third part of the race and soon approaching the finish here. And at the same time we're seeing Otto Siimosas here heading towards the ninth control. Aleksi Niemi tulossa nyt 1,4 kilometriin ja Niemen aika on erinomainen. Emil Svensk jää 7 sekuntia, vain 7 sekuntia Aleksi Niemi ja Pavlo Uskarov finishing at the same time here at the stadium. 22 seconds behind Kenny Kivikas. And then 5 times world champion Andrei Kramov from Russia, next man to start. Sprint relay champion, also sprint champion, and he knows what to do. 36 years old, very erfahren, good knowledge about this sprint competition. And then Antonio Martinez Perez is leading at 3.3 kilometers and soon heading towards finish. We are waiting to Spain here at the GPS. You can follow Emil Svensk, Aleksi Niemi and Otto Siimosas. The gap was from Niemi to Siimosas approximately 10 seconds. Pavlo Spartak now coming to 1.4 kilometers. Polish athlete. And here we have at the finish Jonathan Clickmore. 13:42 time for Clickmore and now currently 4th place. And then Antonio Martinez Perez finishing and taking the lead. 12:53, 12:53 kärkiaika espanjalaisen. Spain taking the lead by 23 seconds ahead of Kenny Kivikas. What a race from Antonio Martinez Perez from Spain. Excellent, excellent. When the gap from Perez to Kivikas was only 5 seconds at the 1.4 seconds, so Perez has run very well. Ruslan Glibov from Ukraine, now coming to 1.4 kilometers, has started also very well. Emil Svensk leading there, and Martinez Perez and Aleksi Niemi 7 seconds behind, leading Svensk, and now Glibov taking the 5th place, 11 seconds behind Emil Svensk at 1.4 kilometers. Oskar Sjöberg, young Swede, next one to start. Men's race, just ahead of him started Christoph Meyer from Switzerland. Tilanne tällä hetkellä 1,4 kilometrissä. Svensk, Perez, Niemi. Uskvarov siellä kakkosena ja Glibov 5. ja Otto Siimosas siellä 9:15 sekuntia, kun jännitämme suomalaissuorituksia. So Svensk leading at 1.4 kilometers. And here we see now Perez, who is leading at the finish. It's quite tight between the Spain and Sweden. And now we are here beside the competition center at 3.3 kilometers. Chris Smithord from Great Britain punching here, and he is on a 3rd place, 24 seconds behind Martinez Perez and only 5 seconds behind Kenny Kivikas, who is currently on a 2nd place. And Johan Runesson is the next man to finish at the same time. Jakob Edsen from Denmark starting his race. Johan Runesson coming to finish here, and Runesson is fighting off the 6th place. Has lost today quite a lot during this race. 1:23 behind leading Martinez Perez, and time was 14:16. And next one, is Piotr Parfiamovich from Poland. And fighting with Øystein Kval of the third place so far. But Chris Smithard is coming there faster than Poland. Now Parfiamovich taking the fourth place, 13:36. And then we are waiting for Chris Smithard. And soon also Emil Svensk. He was here at the 3.3 kilometers and took the lead by 4 seconds. Tue Lassen, world champion, Danish world champion, starting his race at the same time. Chris Smithard from Great Britain finishing, as Smithard has run very well. It looks very strong. He's running a little bit tired but strong, and he's fighting with Kenny Kivikas about the third place so far. Kivikas keeping his second place and Smithard going on a third place, 28 seconds behind Martinez Perez. But then there is coming Emil Svensk from Sweden. Svensk is leading by a couple of seconds ahead of Martinez Perez. Who is going to be in the lead? Is it going to be Emil Svensk or Antonis Martinez Perez? When he is finishing, it's going to be tight. Sweden or to Spain. It's by 4 seconds, Emil Svensk taking the lead. 12:49 is the leading time. Erittäin tasaista tämä on. Martinez Perez taipuu 4 sekunnilla. 12:49 on ruotsalaisen kärkiaika tällä hetkellä. Emil Svensk Ruotsi kärjessä. Eskil Skinneberg from Norway starting his race. He was close to top 10 in the World Championships last year, and after Svensk we are waiting for Otto Simosas and Aleksi Niemi, two Finns here, but we have not got times for them at 3.3 kilometers yet. Now Otto Simosas coming here to the stadium, soon seeing him here at the stadium area or the Square Market area. At the same time, Christoph Meyer coming to 1.4 kilometers, and Meyer now currently going to take the 14th place, 20 seconds behind leading Svensk. Otto Simosas tästä käy torin kulmalla 7. 38 sekuntia on eroa Emil Svenskiin. Ja sitten minuuttia odotellaan Aleksi Niemeä samaan paikkaan. Andreas Haugard Boesen from Denmark starting his race, and now we are waiting for Aleksi Niemi here to the Square Market, side by side to Square Market, at the same time as Oskar Sjöberg is coming to 1.4 kilometers. Ja Aleksi Niemi on tulossa. Käänteet nyt tuonne Selkäni suuntaan torin kulmalle. Aleksi Niemi on siellä ja on 19 sekuntia Emil Svenskin perässä kolmantena. Erittäin hyvin Aleksi Niemi siellä runttaa menemään, joten nyt vaan käsiä yhteen ja kannustusta Aleksille tuolle lopun puolelle kilometrille. Oskar Sjöberg goes on a 7th place at 1.4 kilometers, 13 seconds behind. And then Olav Lundanes, world champion, is starting here this race, representing nowadays Paimion Rasti, and now giving a tough effort here also in the sprint. We haven't seen Lundanes so many times running sprint competition, but now he is here, and Otto Simosas from Finland approaching finish. Otto Simosas Suomesta lähestyy maalia, nyt käsiä yhteen. Otto haukkoo happea, kun tullaan tähän torialueelle. Tulee sieltä juuri kadun ylitse viimeiselle rastille, ja nyt on kaikki pelissä nuorella porvoolaisella, kun sieltä tulee kohti maalia. Eroa kärkeen tulee hieman päälle 40 sekuntia tarkalleen. 44 sekuntia aika, 13.33. 13.33 is time for Otto Simosas, 44 seconds behind leading Emil Svensk on a 6th place. Ja sitten Aleksi Niemi sieltä on runtaamassa kohti maalia. Ja toivotaan nyt samanlaista rutistusta Aleksille sitten tähän loppuun. Next one to finish is the young Finn also from Tampereenpydintä. Pushing there, Aleksi Niemi, and fighting for the 3rd place with Kenny Kivikas. Maybe 18 to 20 seconds behind leading Emil Svensk is Aleksi Niemi now finishing. Aleksi Niemi runttaa sieltä viimeiseen kaarteeseen. Erinomaisesti on Tampereenpyrinnön juniori tänään painanut täällä Lohjan kadulla ja menee näin kolmanneksi. 23 sekuntia hän jää Emil Svenskille, aika 13.12. Näin suomalaiskaksikko saa kyllä kiitettävän arvosanan tämän päivän suorituksesta. Katsotaan kuinka korkealle se riittää. Aleksi Niemi tällä hetkellä 3. Otto Siimosa 7. Tuve Lassen here looking a little bit where to go, making some mistakes, heading towards the 8th control. Made the mistakes. You can also see a little bit from the GPS. Had to stop there, and on that mistake he lost. There. We have to count 16 seconds on that. Tuve Lassen, 22 seconds behind leading Emil Svensk. And here, next one to start was Albin Riedefelt from Sweden. Riedefelt going towards the first controls and the situation at 1.4 kilometers where we are now waiting Eskil Sinneberg is that Emil Svensk leading with the time 4:28 and Svensk leading also here at the finish with the time 12:49. Eskil Sinneberg now coming here to 1.4 kilometers and he has lost now 11 seconds, taking the 6th place. 4 seconds behind Aleksi Niemi, for example, at that place, and 11 seconds behind Emil Svensk. Kautti Halland Stuyver is next one, Norwegian, ready to start when we are waiting here. Ruslan Glebov pushing here last meters, and Glebov is fighting with Aleksi Niemi. Is it going to be Niemi or Glebov on a 3rd place after finishing? Glebov winning Aleksi Niemi by 1 second. So Glebov currently 3rd place with the time 13:11. Ruslan Glebov lyö Aleksi Niemen sekunnilla ja menee näin 3. Svensk, Martinez Perez, Glebov, Niemi. Tämän hetken järjestys maalissa. And then at the starting place, Gustav Bergman has been running very well this spring. In Estonia qualifying race, he was 4th fastest and won Swedish qualification competition in long distance, and in middle distance he was 3rd. So Bergman is in a good shape and we can wait everything from him. Lundanes now coming to 1.4 kilometers, and it's very interesting to follow this man's performance here in the sprint. We know how strong he is in the forest on a middle distance and especially on a long distance races. But now here in the sprint, clock is ticking, and here comes Lundanes and the Svensk leading time 4:28. And it's only a couple of seconds that Lundanes is behind. It's 4 seconds that Lundanes is behind Emil Svensk at the 1.4 kilometers. So it looks very good for the Norwegian. Håkon Jarvis Westergaard will be the next man to start this very strong Norwegian sprint team. But after Westergaard we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Swiss athletes. So the Swiss team is even stronger, or has been. It's interesting to see today in this first World Cup sprint competition here at Finland and Lojo. Next one we are waiting to finish is Jan Peter Cela from Czech Republic. He's fighting for the top 10 positions so far, and soon Peter Cela is here on a square market. At the same time, Tim Robinson from New Zealand coming to 1.4 kilometers as in the same time as Lundanes. Yes, taking the 4th place, 5 seconds behind Emil Svensk. So good start also from Tim Robinson from New Zealand. And then from Switzerland, Florian Hovald, next one to start. Jan Peter Cela finishing with the time 14:45. And Peter Cela goes on a 13th place. 13. Jan Peter Cela juuri maalin tulleena. Andrei Kramov will be the next one to finish, and here is Kramov pushing towards the finish, fighting for the 6th place with Kenny Kivikas. Is it going to Kivikas or Kramov on a 5th place? Last 10 meters left for Kramov finishing here with a time 13:18, 29 seconds behind Emil Svensk. So the situation at the finish now: Svensk, Martinez Perez, Glebov, Niemi, Kivikas, Kramov, Schmidhard in the top 7. Albin Riedefeld approaching now 1.4 kilometers. And Riedefeld is maybe 14-15 seconds behind leading landmate Svensk. Exactly, the gap is 18 seconds, so he is now currently 18th place here. And then one of the favorites, a little bit struggling today in a qualifying race, Matthias Kiburz, world champion from Switzerland, and we know that he is a tough runner. Is it going to be a clean race for Kiburz? If it's clean, he is going to be on a podium today. That I can almost promise. But that first he has to run this 3.8 kilometers long men's course. Kautti Hanlan-Stuyver now approaching the 1.4 kilometers. But he has lost maybe, when we are now seeing him, maybe 10 seconds to the leading Emil Svensk on this first part, first 1.4 kilometers. Coming down the stairs, and at the same time at the finish line we had Christoph Meyer finishing with a time of 13:37, and he's currently 12. Stuyver 8th place, 11 seconds behind leading Emil Svensk. And here on a GPS, Emil Svensk, Gustav Bergman in a live synchronized situation, and Svensk is leading there. Bergman by maybe 10 seconds when Bergman is soon coming to the 8th control, and then we know exactly the situation between these two Swedes. Eli nyt Ruotsin Emil Svensk pitää edelleen kärkipaikkaa, ja nyt toinen ruotsalainen Gustav Bergman tulossa tuonne 1,4 kilometriin. Ero on vajaa 10 sekuntia arviolta, kohta se tiedetään tarkalleen, mutta ruotsalaiset erittäin vahvassa vauhdissa, mutta täältä ovat kovat sveitsiläiset vielä tulossa. Finishing here is Oskar Sjöberg from Sweden, 13:31, and he is currently 9th at the finish. Bergman taking the 5th place, 6 seconds behind Emil Svensk. Then the Spain, we had Fabian Hertner starting here, ahead of Spanish Andreu Planes. Planes was good also in the morning in a sprint, so we can wait. Good race from this Spain. The sprint is the main race for him. And here Lundanes, Svensk in synchronized GPS tracking. And a big difference there on the route choices by Svensk and Lundanes. And there is the gap that Svensk had in a small gap to Lundanes. Interesting to see what's the situation when they come here at the 3.3 kilometers. Håkon Järvis Westergaard now at 1.4 kilometers. It's tight. Westergaard on 8th place, only 8 seconds behind the leading man, and Jonathan Clickmore from Great Britain finishing on a 15th place. 13:40 is time for Clickmore. When we have from Hubman Brothers first, Martin Hubman starting in both last years and 2 years ago. Hubman was a part of Switzerland's team in sprint relay when they won it. Now Tue Lassen approaching finish, but we saw this big mistake by Lassen earlier, and Lassen now fighting for the 7th, 8th place between Chris Schmidhard. Lassen finishing with the time 13:23 and 8th place, 43 seconds behind leading Emil Svensk. And then very familiar man here in Finland for us, Frédéric Tranchant, France, representing also Paimion Rasti. And Tranchant didn't run yesterday the sprint relay, but is now concentrating in this race, and also run very well in Finnish Championship in cross-country running earlier this spring. And here he goes, very strong tape in his leg. That means that maybe everything is not good in an alright position in his leg, but he is pushing very hard towards the first control. Interesting to see how he managed. When we have Eskil Shinneberg at the finish, Shinneberg with the time 13.19 and taking the 7th place. Aleksi Niemi still on the 4th place. Aleksi Niemi edelleen 4. komeasti. Tilanne siis maalissa. Svensk, Antoni Martínez Perez, Ruslan Klipov, Aleksi Niemi, Kenni Kivikas. Mutta nyt Olav Lundanes hetken kuluttua lähestymässä ja siinä vilahti myös Matias Kiburts, otti kärkipaikan 1,4 kilometrissä. Matias Kiburts taking the lead at 1.4 kilometers. 4:24, 4 seconds faster than Emil Svensk, and soon we are also waiting Olav Lundanes to the finish. He is on a 3rd place at 3.3 kilometers, and here we have Jonas Leandersson starting his race, world champion from 2015. And Andreas Haugard Buesen now approaching finish. Buesen fighting. Now 10th place, currently at the finish, taking the 10th place. 11th place. And then the next man to start is Wojciech Kral. This was a surprise in the early morning. Maybe not to himself, but for me. And then we have here Olav Lundanes coming, world champion on a long distance, now running this sprint also here at Lohja. And he is going to take the 3rd place, or is he tied with Ruslan Klipov? Yes, he is taking the 3rd place, 17 seconds behind Emil Svensk with the time 13.06. Lundanes 3. ero 17 sekuntia kaikkensa antaneena. Ja sitten odotellaan jo Tim Robertsonia, joka lähti minuutin myöhemmin ja aivan samoissa sekunneissa Lundanesin kanssa seuraavaksi tulossa, joten tasaiseksi menee. Daniel Hubman. We could also call him Mr. Orienteering. Many times world champion is ready to start his competition. One of the favorites, of course, today's race. And then Tim Robinson. Soon we can see him here at the Square Market. Robinson pushing last meters, fighting with Olav Lundanes of the 3rd place. Svensk and Martínez Perez still keeping the 1st and the 2nd place. But now, is it going to be Tim Robertson from New Zealand taking the 3rd place? Robertson, yes, 14 seconds behind leading Svensk with the time 13.03, taking now 3rd place, 3 seconds faster than Olav Lundanes. Then Yannick Michiels from Belgium, 2nd fastest in today's qualifying race. And Michiels, we know that he is a very fast runner. And then we are waiting for Martin Hupman to the 1.4 kilometers, but the cap, it is already over 10 seconds to Matias Kiburts. Hupman already 17 seconds behind Kiburts, and that is quite a lot. And 16th place at 1.4 kilometers. 1,4 kilometrissä siis Matias Kiburts Sveitsistä johtaa 4 sekunnilla Emil Svenskia, joka siis täällä maalissakin kärjessä. Ja tässä nähdään GPS:stä tuota reaaliaikaista tilannetta. Here is the situation between Kiburts and Svensk when we have here next man Albin Riedefeld coming towards finish, and Riedefeld is fighting for the top 10 positions together with Chris Smithard. Riedefeld here finishing, and the final time for Riedefeld is 13.19 and a 9th place, 2 seconds ahead of Chris Smithard, 30 seconds behind Emil Svensk. Ja sitten Gustav Bergman on seuraavaksi odotuksessa. Bergman oli vain 14 sekuntia tässä torin laidalla perässä. Ja se tulee olemaan todella tasaista. Frédéric Tranchant at 1.4 kilometers, 14 seconds behind leading Kiburts. Tranchant 14 sekuntia Kiburtsin jäljessä tuolla 1,4 kilometrissä. Ja viimeisenä lähtijänä Martin Regborn, aamun karsinnan nopein, erittäin vahva ruotsalainen, lähdössä Ruotsin karsintojen keskimatkan 1. lähtee näin matkaan. Martin Regborn from Sweden, last man to start the race. And now we have all men on the course. Only Thierry Chouchou didn't start in today's race. Little bit sad, but he is satisfied with today's qualifying race. The next one man to come to 1.4 kilometers is Jonas Leandersson, and he is quite close to Matthias Kieburtz at the finish. We have here Kautehallan Stuyver finishing now on the 13th place. Leandersson on the 4th place, 8 seconds behind leading Kieburtz. And Gustav Bergman coming towards finish, and Bergman is fighting now with Lundanes and Robertson of the 3rd place. Bergman taistelee 3. paikasta siellä tällä hetkellä. Is it going to be Robertson, Lundanes or Bergman on the 3rd place? Bergman punching on the last control, pushing as hard he as can, but Robertson keeping his 3rd place, and Lundanes losing 1 second to Bergman. So Gustav Bergman with the time 13:05 on a 4th place, 16 seconds behind Emil Svensk. Situation here at the finish: Svensk, Martinez Perez, Robertson, Bergman, Lundanes, top 5. And here now synchronized situation between Svensk, Kieburtz and Michiels. It's very, very tight. And now Matthias Kieburtz coming to 3.3 kilometers here in beside the square market. Soon punching here at 3.3 kilometers, and interesting to see what's the gap between him and Emil Svensk. Matthias Kieburtz hetken kuluttua täällä torin kulmalla ja kääntää siellä, ja nopeinta vauhtia pitää. 18 sekuntia on tämä mies edellä Ruotsin Emil Svenskia. 18 seconds is the gap between Matthias Kieburtz and Emil Svensk at 3.3 kilometers. Did I say in the beginning that Kieburtz can be very high in today's scoreboard if everything goes well, and it looks very well for the Switzerland runner Matthias Kieburtz so far. At the finish, Håkon Järvis Westergaard finishing now currently on the 14th place with the time 13:24. Daniel Hupman now at 1.4 kilometers is there on a 12th place, 12 seconds behind Kieburtz. And then we wait for Michiels and Regborn to that 1.4 kilometers, and then we know exactly the situation there. And then Florian Håvard from Switzerland now next one, and Tampereen Pyrintö home club here at Finland. And Håvard is fighting now of 8th, 9th place together with Aleksi Niemi and Kenni Kivikas. And Håvard blows just behind Niemi, 2 seconds behind Aleksi Niemi on 8th place, 25 seconds behind leading. And then is here the winner, Matthias Kieburtz. Is he going to win today? Very strong effort from Matthias Kieburtz, leading with the time 12:30. 12:30 on Matthias Kieburtzin kärkiaika tähän. Onko se voittoaika? Sitä meidän pitää hieman aikaa jännittää vielä. 19 sekuntia nopeampi kuin Emil Svensk. Jannik Michiels at 1.4 kilometers, 8 seconds behind Matthias Kieburtz. Michiels 8 sekuntia Kieburtzia perässä nyt tuolla, ja hetken kuluttua kun Regborn sinne tulee, tilanne on täysin varma, missä tilanteessa ollaan ensimmäisen 1,4 kilometrin jälkeen. Kieburtz leading with the time 12:30. Emil Svensk 19 seconds behind, and then we know that Michiels and Regborn still to come. Michiels was at 1.4 kilometers, and now Martin Regborn from Sweden coming to there, and it's tight. Gap to Kieburtz is 5-6 seconds exactly. We see it there. It's 5 seconds, and Regborn on the 3rd place, so it's very, very tight. So, situation now at 1.4 kilometers. Tämän lopullinen tilanne 1,4 kilometrissä. Kieburtz, Svensk, Regborn. And also good start time there. Michiels, Leandersson. Here the situation at 1.4 kilometers. So it's going to be tight. Tranchant 14 seconds behind Hupman, 13 seconds. Can they climb up on the scoreboard on this second part. Interesting to see. And here the synchronized GPS, Keyboards, Mihiels and Svensk. Keyboards, who is leading here at the finish with the time 12:30. Tässä synkronoitu GPS ja jännitetään tietenkin, miten tuo Keyboardsin kärkiaika riittää. Rengboon, Mihiels, Leandersson lähimpänä. Nousevatko Hubman, Tranchant uhkaamaan tuonne vielä? Jännitetään, miten tilanne tulee. Nyt Martin Hubman. Martin Hubman coming to 3.3 kilometers and is 45 seconds behind leading Matthias Keyboards on a 13th place. Tasaista tästä tävää. Seurata, miten sieltä tullaan. Ja nyt odotellaan sitten Fredrik Tronchandia, Jonas Leandersia, Wojciech Kralia ja kumppaneita. Kral kuitenkin tuossa alussa hävinnyt jo lähes 20 sekuntia, eli Kral ei ehkä nouse sinne yllättämään, kuten yllätti aamun karsinnassa. Fredrik Tranchant at 3.3 kilometers, 27 seconds, 27 sekuntia on ero. 27 seconds behind leading Matthias Keyboards, currently on a 4th place. Is the Frenchman. And at the finish we are waiting for Martin Hubman. Andre Blanes from Spain has left the competition, didn't finish today. And now Hubman turning here towards the square market at the Lojo center. But has lost already over 40 seconds to landmate Matthias Keyboards and is fighting for the 13th, 14th place. Jonas Leandersson also coming towards 3.3 kilometers, but first Martin Hubman finishing his race is taking here 14th place, 51 seconds behind leading Matthias Keyboards, time 13:21. And Jonas Leandersson at 3.3 kilometers, but the gap is 34 seconds. Leandersson jo 34 sekuntia Keyboardsista jääneenä, eli on jäänyt reilusti tässä toisella osalla kärkimiehellä. Fredrik Tranchant pushing towards finish. Frenchman last hundreds of meters, gap was 29 seconds. Just hundreds of meters before finish, and now here at the finish the gap is as the same. 4th place for the Frenchman, time 12:59. Tranchant menee neljänneksi 29 sekuntia jääneenä. Leandersson oli jäänyt jo 34 sekuntia, joten nyt saadaan sitten jännittää, mitä tekevät Hubman, Rengboon ja Svensk. Pystyvätkö he sieltä nousemaan? Wojciech Kralkin on jäänyt jo yli puoli minuuttia, kun hän nyt tulee tuohon. On jäänyt 30 sekuntia kärkimies Matthias Keyboardsille. Kral 30 seconds behind leading Matthias Keyboards, punching at 3.3 kilometers. And heading to the last 400 meters of this sprint race here at Lojo. Situation at the finish, Keyboards, Svensk, Martinez Perez from Spain still on a 3rd place ahead of Tranchant, Robertson and Bergman, currently 5th. Jonas Leandersson, world champion from 2015, now pushing the last meters, everything that he can. Has now lost 30 seconds to Matthias Keyboards and fighting for the 6th, 7th place. Losing those and taking the 8th place. 39 seconds behind leading Keyboards with the time 13:09. And then Daniel Hubman now. Here he is coming to the 19th control, 3.3 kilometers. Daniel Hubman pushing very hard, but has lost he also over 30 seconds, 36 seconds to Matthias Keyboards. So now only Yannick Mihiels and Martin Rengboon. We are waiting them to come here to 3.3 kilometers. But also Hubman has lost quite a lot. What's the situation between Mihiels and Rengboon? But here comes Mihiels. Very good pace, and Mihiels same time with Matthias Keyboards at 3.3 kilometers, so it's going to be very tight. Mihiels täysin samalla ajalla 3,3 kilometrissä Keyboardsin kanssa kärkeen. Kumpi on vahvempi tässä lopun 400 metrillä, se nähdään hetken kuluttua. belgialainen pistää tossua toisen eteen. Varmasti sen, minkä pystyy jännittävä loppu. Ja sitten vielä odotamme Martin Regbunia, joka lähti minuuttia myöhemmin. Yannick Michiels leading together with Matthias Kieburtz 400 meters before finish. Interesting to see what is the situation. And now we are waiting for Daniel Hubman here to the last controls. The gap was 37 seconds to leading Michiels Kieburtz. Here before entering here the square market area. Daniel Hubman from Switzerland now pushing the last meters. Daniel Hubman Sveitsistä ja taistelee sinne kymppisakkiin. Is he going to take the 10th place so far? Very tired he is. Last 30 meters left of this race, and Hubman taking now 13th place, 46 seconds, so he lost quite a lot. And then comes Yannick Michiels. Yannick Michiels, is he going to take the lead? It's very tight, and he takes the lead by 2 seconds, 2 sekunnilla kärkeen. By 2 seconds he takes the lead. Yannick Michiels, Belgium, taking the lead with the time 12:28. And when we look the situation at 3.3 kilometers, Martin Regboon is there 18 seconds behind. So it looks that Yannick Michiels is the winner of today's World Cup race here at Lohja. Nyt näyttää vahvasti siltä, että Yannick Michiels on päivän voittaja, sillä Martin Regboon on jäänyt jo 18 sekuntia 3,3 kilometrissä, ja sitä ei tuo mies aja kiinni. Ero on jo sitten tuossa varoitusrastilla 21 sekuntia, joten Yannick Michiels on päivän voittaja. Yannick Michiels wins here at Lohja today. Congratulations! What a race, what a tight race between Yannick Michiels and Matthias Kieburtz. Gap was only 2 seconds between these two men. And then we have here Martin Regboon, last 150 meters to run, and time is ticking already, plus seconds. But he is still fighting together with Emil Svensk. Is it going to be Regboon or Svensk on the podium today? Tight is it between two Svensk, Regboon or Svensk on the third place? Kumpi ruotsalaista on kolmas tänään, Regboon vai Svensk? Se on Emil Svensk. By 1 second, Emil Svensk wins Martin Regboon. Final time 12:50 for Martin Regboon and 4th place in today's race. So top 3 today. Kärkikolmikko tänään. Yannick Michiels, Belgia, Belgium. Matthias Kieburtz, Sveitsi, Switzerland, and Emil Svensk, Sweden, Ruotsi, päivän kolmonen. Martin Regboon, Antio Martinez Perez, Spain on a 5th place. Fredrik Tranchant, Wojciech Graal, Tim Robertson, Gustav Bergman, Olav Lundanes on a 10th place. And then also this has a quite big effort during this tour here in the World Cup. Yannick Michiels gets 120 seconds here from this race, bonus seconds, and Kieburtz 90 seconds, and so on. And Olav Lundanes also a couple of seconds bonus in today's race. Suomalaiset tänään Aleksi Niemi komeasti 13. Hieno suoritus Aleksi Niemiltä, ja Ottu Siimosas 28.
Michiels, congratulations. What a race. Did you know?
And we are going to have the flower ceremony here in 2 minutes. So top 3, Yannick Michiels, Matthias Kieburtz and Emil Svensk, top 3 in today's race. And women's race will start at 7 o'clock in a couple of minutes also. Eli miesten kilpailun kukitus aivan hetken kuluttua. Todella jännittävä tasainen kilpailu, ja naisten kilpailu alkaa myös ihan muutaman minuutin kuluttua, kun naisia samoilla ajoilla selviytyi aamun karsinnasta tämän päivän kilpailuun. Naisia on mukana 41 kappaletta. Ingrid Myhre lähtee ensimmäisenä matkaan juuri nyt. Eli naisten kilpailu lähtee myös nyt liikkeelle, mutta ensin tuo miesten kukitus. We are going to have the flowering ceremony of the men's race here in couple of minutes. Everything is ready. And also the women's race is on. Ingrid Myhre from Norway starting as the first women. We had with the same time Myhre and Adela Indrakova qualifying in today's race. Ja kukitus todellakin valmis hetken kuluttua alkamaan. Kaikki on valmista. Kilpajohtaja Ville Luoma on siellä kukkakimppuineen valmiina jakamaan ne päivän parhaille. Virallinen palkintojen jako on sitten naisten kilpailun päätyttyä sekä miesten että naisten kilpailun osalta. Flowering ceremony is ready to start, and here in the women's competition Adela Indrakova from Czech Republic starting her race. Women's scores is 3.3 kilometers and 22 controls. Naisten kilpailu 3,3 kilometriä 22 rastia. And flowering ceremony is starting, eli nyt mennään kukitukseen. 3 best men in today's race. Kolmas tänään, third today, Emil Svensk, Ruotsi, Sweden. Päivän kilpailun kakkonen, second in the very tough fight, Matthias Kiebert, Sveitsi, Switzerland. Ja Lohjan maailmancupin voittaja, winner of the first World Cup competition season 2017 here at Lohja, Yannick Michiels, Belgia, Belgium. Congratulations, onnittelut päivän kärkikolmikolle. Todella jännittävä, hieno sprinttikilpailu nähtiin. Yannick Michiels, Matthias Kiebert and Emil Svensk. Ja näimme siis todella tasaisen ja jännittävän miesten kilpailun. Toivotaan, että näemme yhtä tasaisen ja jännittävän naisten kilpailun hetken tai jo käynnissä olevan kilpailun. Suomalaisnaisiahan mukavasti 6 kappaletta mukana. Matkaan lähti Kalina Vinogradova. And in the men's competition, protest time 15 minutes starting right now. So the official results will be, the unofficial results will be official in 15 minutes. Naisten kilpailussa siis mukana 6 suomalaista. Hensä ensimmäisenä lähtee numerolla 10 Kirsi Nurmi. Sitten numerolla 14 Sofia Haajanen, numero 22 Merja Rantanen, Marika Teini 24, Sari Anttonen 31 ja Venla Harju numero 33. Ja aamun karsinnan perusteella odotan todella tasaista jännittävää kilpailua. Maija Alm, Sabine Hausfirth ja Helena Jansson täysin samalla ajalla aamupäivän karsinnasta tähän finaaliin selviytyivät. Tosin Maija Alm vähän himmaili siinä loppusuoralla ja näin ollen lähtee kolmanneksi viimeisenä. And here we have the starting list of today's women's race. Interesting to follow. Svetlana Mironova, number 13, and then here on a third play side we have Marika Teini from Finland and a tough Great Britain team. Totally, if I counted right, 5 athletes from Great Britain qualified in today's race, so very good effort from the Brits in today's race. And here is the track of the women. The beginning is the same as the men had here earlier, just a moment ago. So exactly the same beginning for women as the men had. Here we have number 6, Tatyana Ryabgina from Russia starting her competition. we get the intermediate time from 1.4 kilometers from control number 8, and they continue exactly the same way here to the 11th control, but then the track is shorter here before they enter back towards the square market. Eli naisten rata on täysin samanlainen kuin miehillä tämän alun osalta tuonne rastille 11 saakka. Sitten siitä tullaan muutaman eri rastin kautta tuohon loppuun ja sitten täysin sama loppu kuin miehillä. Tullaan tähän torin laidalle, silloin naiset ovat juosseet 2,8 kilometriä ja sitten tuo sama loppukiepautus. Ingrid Myhre jo tuolla 1,4 kilometrissä 5.39 on hänen aikansa. Anna Haatajahan kipaisi tuossa alussa 13.51 oli Anna Haatajan aika, kun hän tuon karsinnan radan juoksi. So, for example, Anna Haataja from Finland national team ran this track on 13.51 here earlier ahead of men's race, and now Ingrid Myhre leading at 1.4 kilometers with the time 5:30 now, and now we are waiting there Indela Indrakova from Czech Republic. And we had Sarina Jenser from Switzerland starting her race. Varmasti yhtä tasainen ja jännittävä kilpailu tästä tulee, ja näiden ehkä voidaan sanoa sprinttinaisten joukkoon, kun laitetaan muita kovioita meniä, ja erityisen jännityksellä seurataan Tuve Alexanderssonin menemistä. Alexandersson on päivän 5. viimeinen lähtijä, ja Tuve myös harvemmin juoksee sprinttejä, keskittyy enemmän maastomatkoille, mutta kyllä sprintti hänelle myös sopii. Next one to start, Natalia Kemberle from Russia. Little bit misappointment was the qualifying race for Kemperle, and she wants to get some bonus seconds from today's race, of course, as does many women. Indrakova and Myhre exactly the same time at the 1.4 kilometers, 5:39. Indrakova ja Myhre aloittaneet täysin samaa vauhtia, 5:39 on väliaika tuolle kaksikolle, ja nyt sinne tulee sitten Amanda Falk-Weber Tanskasta. Amanda Falk-Weber from Denmark, next one to approach the 8th control, but the clock is ticking and he is approximately 10 seconds behind leading duo Indrakova Myhre. Falk-Weber now there punching, and the gap is exactly 10 seconds from Indrakova Myhre duo to Falk-Weber. At the start place number 9, Martina Rusch from Switzerland. Ensiapuhenkilökunta maali teltalle. Ensiapuhenkilökunta maali teltalle. Kalina Vinogradova väliaikaan, ja nyt tullaan lujaa. Vinogradova has started very well. 16 seconds faster than Indrakova Myhre duon. 16 sekuntia on nyt nopeampi Vinogradova. Great start for Galina Vinogradova, Russia. Leading time 5:23. Sitten ensimmäinen suomalainen 6 naisesta valmiina lähtemään tässä koleahkossa illassa, mutta se ei varmasti naisia haittaa, vaan mennään täydellä vauhdilla. Kirsi oli hieman pettynyt aamun karsinnan osalta, mutta se homma hoidettiin niin, että mulla on mukana finaalissa. Nyt on uusi kisa, uusi startti, ja varmasti Kirsi mielii sinne top 10 tämän päivän kisan osalta, ja näin lähtee suomalainen matkaan. Kirsi Nurmi from Finland starting today's race. A little bit this moment was the qualifying race, but this is a new race, the final. We hope all the best for Kirsi Nurmi. And at 1.4 kilometers now, Sandra Grosberga from Latvia. Coming there, and she is going to take the second place. Gap between Vinogradova and Indrakova was 16 seconds, and Grosberga losing 12 seconds to the leading Galina Vinogradova from Russia. Then Alva Olsson from Sweden. Alva, she was fastest yesterday on the first leg in sprint relay. So very good effort in that race, and also hopefully today in sprint. Alva Olsson Ruotsista eilisen sprinttiviestin aloitusosuuden nopein, vaikka juoksi mixed-tiimissä eikä ollut mukana niin sanotusta Ruotsin maajoukkueen joukkueissa. Next one we are waiting is another Russian athlete to 1.4 kilometers. Tatyana Ryabgina from Russia now coming, and quite tight between Sandra Grosberga from Latvia and Ryabgina from Russia now taking the second place here at 1.4 kilometers. Ryabgina takes the second place, 11 seconds behind Vinogradova. Two Russians in the lead. Nyt on venäläisillä kaksoisjohto. 11 sekuntia on Vinogradova ollut Ryabginaa nopeampi. Kirsi Nurmi on synchronized GPS together with the leading Galina Vinogradova. Quite side by side are they heading towards the controls there, so it looks good for Finn at the moment. From Switzerland, Julia Gross starting her race. Tough, also a very good team effort from Switzerland in today's race. When they are, if I count it right, 5 Swiss athletes in today's race. And soon we are going to have also the first athlete here at the 2.8 kilometers. Ingrid Myhre from Norway, who started first, is soon here at the square market and is right there right now. 11:41 is time for Myhre, punching at 2.8 kilometers. Sarina Jenser coming to 1.4 kilometers, taking the 7th place, but the gap is already 34 seconds, so she has made the big mistakes. Svetlana Mironova from Russia, world champion on long distance, starting her race representing here in Finland. KV:n Mironova lähti matkaan ja Kemperle taking the lead by 9 seconds. Natalia Kemperle from Russia taking the lead with the time 5:14. Nyt meillä on 3 venäläistä. Kemperle, Vinogradova, Ryabgina kärjessä tuo 1,4 kilometrissä, kun seuraava suomalainen on lähdössä. SK-Pohjan tähden Sofia Haajanen. Sofia, joka on tunnettu pitkästä kiristään. Nyt se kiri lähtee ihan paukusta liikkeelle. Toivotaan kaikkea hyvää Sofialle tänään. Aina niin iloinen Pohjan tähteläinen lähdössä matkaan. Tiukka keskittynyt katse on Sofialla, kun pääsee kohta irti. Ja ei muuta kuin käsiä yhteen, kun Sofia matkaan lähtee. Sofia Haajanen from Finland starting here. And soon we are going to have a first runner already coming towards finish when Ingrid Myhre from Norway approaching the finish. Kohta tulee jo ensimmäinen suunnistajatar kohti maalia. Ingrid Myhre Norjasta lähestyy maalia. Here she comes. Good race for the Norwegian. Ingrid Myhre has used now a little bit over 13.5 minutes punching on the last control. Ingrid Myhre from Norway pushing here last meters, and the time 13:33, 13:33. Kärkiaika totta kai Ingrid Myhrelle, katsotaan kuinka kauan se kestää. Vahva venäläiskolmikko, ja sitten odotetaan kohta jo Kirsi Nurmea tuonne väliaikaan 1,4 kilometrin. Josefin Kärlund from Sweden, next one to start. Young Swede run very well today's qualifying race and starting now her race, and then we are waiting Kirsi Nurmi to 1.4 kilometers, and it's very tight. Clock is ticking. She has now 8 seconds to be there, and it's going to be a couple of seconds behind Natalia Kemperle. Kirsi Nurmi, very good start from Kirsi, punching there. 4 seconds behind is Kirsi on a second place at 1.4 kilometers. Kirsi Nurmi erinomainen avaus, 4 sekuntia vain Natalia Kemperle jälkeen kakkoseksi tuonne 1,4 kilometriin. Adela Indrakova, next one to finish. She's going to lose maybe 15 seconds to Ingrid Myhre here at the finish, punching at the last control, checking that the punching is okay. And here at the last meters, Adela Indrakova, Czech Republic, and the time 13:49, 16 seconds behind, leading Ingrid Myhre on a second place. Megan Carter-Davies from Great Britain. First Brit now on the course from the tough Brit team. Interesting to see how high they are climbing in today's race. And soon already Kalina Vinogradova is coming towards finish. Here she is on our screens pushing, and she still have over 1 minute time to be here. And at 2.8 kilometers, cap to Ingrid Myhre was 38 seconds. What a race from Kalina Vinogradova. Tässä tullaan nyt sellaista vauhtia, että tämä aika saattaa riittää melko pitkälle. Kalina Vinogradova Venäjältä tulee menemään kärkeen yli 40 sekunnilla. Cap will be almost over 40 seconds. It is over 40 seconds. Time 12:51, 42 seconds faster than Ingrid Myhre from Norway. So Vinogradovan kärkeaika 12:51, peräti 42 sekuntia Myhreä nopeampi. Ja katsotaan kuinka korkealle tuo riittää. Todella vahva suoritus Kalina Vinogradovalta. And now after Vinogradova, Tatjana Ryabkina run very well, but Ryabkina is now coming to 2.8 kilometers, but has lost already over half a minute. Julia Gross at 1.4 kilometers, punching there on a fourth place, 14 seconds behind leading Natalia Gemberle. Situation at 1.4 kilometers. At the same time, we've seen GPS synchronized with Gemberle, Vinogradova and Kirsi Nurmi. Gemberle leading by 5-6 seconds. So situation at 1.4 kilometers is Gemberle, Nurmi, Vinogradova, Gross, Rush at the moment. When we are waiting there, Svetlana Mironova, and always so smiley and happy, Emily Kemp starting her race, Canadian representing Angelniemen Ankkurit, starting her race, heading towards the first control. And here is Svetlana Mironova from Russia and Kove at 1.4 kilometers, and she goes on a third place, 7 seconds behind leading Kemperle. So situation Kemperle, Nurmi, Mironova, Vinogradova at 1.4 kilometers. And here GPS, a little bit different route choices. Kemperle making a mistake there just before 12th control, and here is Mironova heading towards 9th control in our screens, making the route choices from left to right here, heading towards 9th control. And here is Kemperle, Natalia Kemperle still in the lead. Gap is 2 seconds to Galina Vinogradova when she's passing the arena here. Kemperle edelleen kärjessä, mutta ero vain 2 sekuntia Galina Vinogradova. Nyt venäläiset ottavat mittaa toisistaan todellakin. Ja Sofia Haajanen tulee 1,4 kilometriin. Sofia on aloittanut melko mukavasti. Ero 11 sekuntia. 11 seconds is Sofia Haajanen behind leading Kemperle at 1.4 kilometers. And here we have Tatjana Ryabkina from Russia finishing now, but the gap is 47 seconds to leading Galina Vinogradova, also from Russia. Time was 13:38. And then Natalia Kemperle started 2 minutes after Ryabkina. Here is Sarina Jentser, and here in the screen we can see number 14, Sofia Haajanen, heading here to the next controls, taking the route choices in the park. And Josephine Kjærlund then coming to 1.4 kilometers, and Kjærlund has started also well. Gap is 11 seconds to Natalia Kemperle, who is leading. And here is Natalia Kemperle heading towards finish. Nyt Venäjän Natalia Kemperle lähestyy maalia ja tuleeko ottamaan kärjen? Se on todella tasaisesti. It's very, very tight between Kemperle and Vinogradova. Is it going to be Kemperle or Vinogradova in the lead? I'm not counting seconds. It's so tight. And it's exactly the same time. Natalia Kemberle, Galina Vinogradova leading with the same time 12.51. Täysin sama aika 12.51 tälle venäläiskaksikolle. What a race and what a tight race. And then Sarina Jentser finishing with the time 14.10 and 8th place at the moment. Megan Carter-Davies from Great Britain now making a small mistake there also, because we are seeing from which way she is coming towards the 8 control. And now punching there, but she is already 15 seconds behind leading Natalia Kemberle, who is leading together with Galina Vinogradova here at the finish. Kirsi Nurmi meillä sitten odotuksessa. Kirsi on lähestymässä, on 2,8 kilometrissä 13 sekuntia perässä kärkikaksikkoa, ja seuraava suomalainen myös lähtöpaikalla Merja Rantanen. Merja ei paljon esittelyä kaipaa, yksi menestyneimmistä suomalaisista suunnistajista. Lähtee näin vahtaan ja siinä lähtee hameen helmat heiluen. Merja Rantanen on a course here, a Finn, and then we are waiting another Finn, Kirsi Nurmi, to finish here. The gap at 2.8 kilometers was 13 seconds from Nurmi to Kemberle. And now Lilian Forsgren from Sweden coming to 1.4 kilometers and taking their 7th place. No, taking the lead, of course. There was a little bit the wrong time. Lilian Forsgren taking the lead by 40. Now we have to wait and see exactly the time there. 42 seconds says my computer here. We have to be accurate with that time. Kirsi Nurmi lähestymässä nyt maalia. Nyt käsiä yhteen, ääni käheäksi, kun Kirsi runttaa viimeistä mäkeä. Kaikki on pelissä vaasalaislähtöisellä Kirsillä. Sieltä tullaan kaikki pelissä. Kirsi Nurmi heading towards finish and fighting for the 3rd place. She is taking it. The gap is a little bit over 20 seconds, so losing some seconds here on the last 400 meters to Russian duo. 25 seconds is the gap to Kemberle, Vinogradova and Nurmi on a 3rd place with a time 13.16. Kirsi häviää tuossa lopussa muutamia sekunteja. Jalka oli raskas, 25 sekuntia on ero kärkikaksikkoon. Emily Kemp now at 8th place. 55 seconds behind leading Lilian Forsgren. Ja sitten Marika Teini. But that time for Lilian Forsgren, that is not accurate. We have to see and wait that we get the accurate time for Lilian Forsgren. Marika Teini lähtöpaikalla. Seuraava suomalainen. Ja ahnas oli katse Marikalla, kun matkaan lähti. Karolin Olsson now there at punching there 5.14 and taking the lead. Same time with Natalia Kemberle. And Alva Olsson finishing here on a 4th place. 38 seconds behind the leading duo Kemberle Vinogradova. Time 13.29. Then from Great Britain, Tessa Strain next to start. Brits, as I said, has a tough team here. Carter Davies, Holly Orr, Catherine Taylor, Tessa Strain, and also the next one, Charlotte Ward is starting. So hopefully we can see these Brits also in the top 5 today. Svetlana Mironova at 2.8 kilometers, 21 seconds behind duo Natalia Kemberle, and then we have number 12 here coming towards finish, Julia Gross from Switzerland. But Julia has lost already over 40 seconds to leading Vinogradova Kemberle duo and fighting for the 5th place so far. Kemberle Vinogradova in the lead, Nurmi on a 3rd place, and now Julia Gross from Switzerland taking the 7th place, 48 seconds behind leading duo from Russia. Time 13.39. Edelleen kärkikaksikko siis, venäläiskaksikko 12.51, Kirsi Nurmi hienosti kolmantena ja sitten Svetlana Mironova lähestymässä myös ja nyt on todella tasaista Kirsi Nurmen kanssa. Svetlana Mironova fighting together with Kirsi Nurmi of the third place. It's very tight. And here punching on the last control, Mironova is going to be Mironova or Nurmi on the third place after Russian finishing this race. And she is here with the same time. Nurmi and Mironova on the third place, exactly the same time, 13-16. Myös tämän hetken kolmossia jaetaan. Kirsi Nurmi, Svetlana Mironova täysin samalla ajalla kolmantella. Eli nyt kärki, jaettu kolmossia tällä hetkellä kisassa. Kemberle Rantanen synkronisoidussa GPS-seurannassa. Kemberle Rantanen, there we saw quite tight when they are heading towards the first intermediate control. Ida-Marie Nies-Björguld from Norway, nowadays living here at Finland in Turku and representing Paimio Rasti. And then we are waiting for Merja Rantanen to 1.4 kilometers and it looks good for the Finn. Näyttää hyvältä Merja Rantasen osalta. Natalia Kemberle, Karol Nilsson kärjessä. Ja nyt tuo Lilian Forsgreninkin aika on sieltä korjattu. Ja 4 sekuntia on ero. Katsoo erittäin tarkasti reitin valintaa. 4 seconds is the gap. Merja Rantanen on the third place. Natalia Kemberle, Karolin Nilsson leading with the same time. And also now Lilian Forsgren's time is there right. 13 seconds behind. Ja Sofia Haajanen maaliin. 7:45 sekuntia. Sofia Haajanen taipuu tänään tällä hetkellä kärjessä olevalle Natalia Kemberle, Kalina Vinogradova kaksikolle. Situation at the finish, Kemberle, Vinogradova in the lead, Nurmi, Mironova on the third place, then comes Alva Olsson, Ingrid Myres and Sofia Haajanen on the 7th place. Nicolin Ekbergsjärve starting here, Norwegian, 2 Norwegian after each other, and here Olsson, Kemberle making the mistake there at the 12th control. Small mistake. And that means maybe 5 seconds extra time. And when the gap is there, 20 seconds, Olsson leading there in the synchronized GPS by 10, maybe 10 seconds max. And Lilian Forsgren at 2.8 kilometers, 21 seconds behind. And Josephine Kärlund finishing here and going to take the 8th place, 46 seconds behind the leading Kemberle Vinogradova duo, time 13:4:37. Aleksandra Hornik from Poland starting next. Good to see also Polish colors in the women's race. It's often so Swedish and Denmark and Switzerland in the top, and of course the Finns, and now also from Poland, Aleksandra Hornik in this final race. Marika Teini at 1.4 kilometers. Marika Teini 1,4 kilometrissä ja Marika avaa ihan kelpo avaus. 14 sekuntia on ero 11. On Marikan sijoitus tällä hetkellä ja maalia lähestyy Megan Carter-Davies. Megan Carter-Davies coming to finish and taking now the 9th place. 47 seconds behind the leading Kemberle and Vinogradova, time 13:38. And then we are waiting for Lilian Forsgren, and Lilian Forsgren is fighting there together with Kirsi Nurmi and Svetlana Mironova, soon coming here. But first we have here Ida Buba from Denmark, world champion, starting her race. Tough race also early morning here. Tessa Strain coming to the intermediate time and taking the third place, only 1 second behind Karolin Olsson and Natalia Kemberle at 1.4 kilometers. So very good start from Tessa Strain. Ja sitten seuraava suomalainen, Sari Anttonen. Keuruun kisailijat varmismatkaa lähtemään. Viime vuonna löi läpi tänne maailman huipulle ja nyt mielii tänäänkin tuohon kovaan taistoon. At the GPS synchronized, Olsson, Rantanen, Kemberle approaching the 13th control, Olsson leading, Rantanen couple of seconds behind there, and Kemperle and Alva Olsson. Caroline Olsson, we are waiting her here soon to finish. It's tight between Olsson and two Russians. Olsson is leading at 2.8 kilometers by 9 seconds, and there she comes. Caroline Olsson Ruotsista lähestyy maalia, ja nytkö saadaan uusi kärkiaika? Is it going to be the new best time here? The gap was 4 seconds. She was ahead at 3.2 kilometers, and now a couple of 100 meters later, is she going to take the lead? Running very strongly, very strong effort here. Caroline Olsson from Sweden pushing very hard. And yes, she's taking the lead by time 12:45, 6 seconds faster than the Russians. She was here in the end. So Caroline Olsson kärkeen 12:45 ajalla 6 sekuntia kovempaa tuli kuin venäläiset tämän naisten 3,3 kilometrin radan. Silje Kroljaren, Norway, starting her race, and she knows now the time to beat. It's 12:45. And looking very, very sharp there. The route choices to the first control, and another Norwegian, Ida-Marie Björgul, coming to 1.4 kilometers. But she has already lost over 15 seconds at that place to Caroline Olsson, who is leading at the finish. Gap is 21 seconds. Ja sitten taas suomalaisväriä lähtöpaikalla. Venla Harju lähtee matkaan. Venla oli meistä suomalaisista vahvin aamun karsinnassa. Venlan tekeminen näytti varmalta. Ja toivottavasti se on sitä varmaa ja vahvaa tekemistä myös tänään. Ja samaan aikaan nähdään tuossa kuvaa, kun Ida-Marie Björkul etenee tuolla kaduilla. Venla Harju matkaan. Venla Harju starting her race. And Merja Rantanen approaching 2.8 kilometers. Merja Rantanen neljänneksi nopeimpana tulee tuonne 2,8 kilometriin, 18 sekuntia Caroline Olssonista jääneenä, mutta venäläisiin on matkaa tuollainen 8 sekuntia. Eli hyvällä rutistuksella myös on venäläiset ohitettavissa tässä lopussa. 18 seconds was the gap from Merja Rantanen to Caroline Olsson. So with that time, Rantanen is fighting with the Russians here in the end. Hopefully she has the strength to the last meters. Tessa Strain, Caroline Olsson here, and we see the gap between these two athletes. It's 8 seconds here at the 12th control, maybe 10. And next one to start, Elena Roos from Switzerland. Ran the last leg on the Swiss team yesterday when they took the second place in the relay at Turku. Elena Roos vahva suoritus myös eilen ankkuriosuudella Turun maailmancupkauden avaus sprinttiviestissä. Catherine Taylor will be the next. We are waiting here to finish, but also Merja Rantanen, and Merja, it looks good. Merja is fighting with the Russians, but is maybe 9-8 seconds behind the Russian. Merja Rantanen nyt taistelee tuosta nelospaikasta. Tulee sen nelospaikan ottamaan, mutta kuinka lähelle venäläisiä Merja ehtii? Ero on tuollaisen 6-7 sekuntia venäläisiin, kun hän tuolta tulee. Merja Rantanen pushing very hard. There was the time to beat Caroline Olsson. Tuon verran Merja häviää Caroline Olssonille. And here she comes. Pushing very hard and taking the 4th place. Neljänneksi menee Merja tässä vaiheessa. 15 sekuntia tulee tappiota ruotsalaiselle Caroline Olssonille, loppuaika 13 minuuttia tasan. 13 minutes exactly is the time for Merja Rantanen, 15 seconds behind Caroline Olsson on the 4th place. Ida Buba coming now to 1.4 kilometers, the Dane approaching that place, and she's taking 7th place, 9 seconds behind leading Caroline Olsson. So very tight, everything is possible to climb back there. Olsson, Gemberle leading there. Tessa Strain was only 1 second behind, and then now Buba 9 seconds behind leading Caroline Olsson, leading here also at the finish with the time 12:45. Caroline Olsson siis johtaa 1,4 kilometrissä ja totta kai 2,8 ja myös täällä maalissa, joten erittäin hyvin voimme siihen verrata tätä tilannetta. Ja tässä GPS-seurannassa Tessa Strain, joka on taipunut tuon parisenkymmentä sekuntia tässä. Ja nähdään myös hieman reitinvalintaeroa, kun Merja Rantanen otti tuon valinnan täältä oikean kautta. And now Tessa Strain here at the 2.8 kilometers and the cap is 19 seconds to Caroline Olsson and she's only 1 second behind Merja Rantanen. Todella tasaista Strainin ja Rantasen välillä nyt tähän loppuun. Katsotaan miten sekunnit kääntyvät. Very tight. And the same time Sari Antonen going on a 6th place, only 6 seconds behind leading Olsson. Sari Antonen erittäin vahva avaus. Menee 6. Vain 6 sekuntia on hän perässä 1,4 kilometrissä. And next one to start. And she is Tuve Alexandersson, many times world champion, and now also running this sprint here at the Tour. And everything is possible. Of course, the train competition are maybe best for Tuve, but also this sprint goes very well. Marika Teini approaching finish. Marika Teini lähestyy maalia ja taistelee nyt tuonne kymppisakkiin. On taipunut tuollaisen 40 sekuntia hieman päälle kärkinaiselle Caroline Olssonille. Marika Teini here taking the maybe 11th place and 9 or clock is ticking and on a 9th place, 8. sija, 48 sekuntia. 48 sekuntia taipuu Marika tänään Caroline Olssonille. Lina Strand will be the next one to start. So we have now 4 women left to start to the women's 3.3 kilometers long course. Tessa Strain is finishing here, fighting together with Merja Rantanen of the 4th place so far. Is it going to be Rantanen or Strain? It's still Rantanen on the 4th place and Tessa Strain taking the 5th place. 18 seconds behind, leading Caroline Olsson with the time 13:03. Tessa Strain taipuu Merja Rantaselle 3 sekunnilla. Venla Harju taking the lead. Venla Harju kärkeen 1,4 kilometrissä. Nyt näyttää todella hyvältä. Venla Harju taking the lead. 5:13, 1 second faster than Caroline Olsson at 1.4 kilometers. So it looks very well this first beginning for Venla Harju. And now Harju pushing there towards the 9th control. Interesting to see. Very tight between these women. Now this race when we have here Maja Alm from Denmark starting her race. 5 times world champion, and also in Estonia when these ladies met each other, she won the qualifying race. So interesting to see and follow. And the landmate Elena Roos at 1.4 kilometers, taking the 5th place, only 3 seconds behind Venla Harju. Todella tasaista. Elena Roos menee 5. vain 3 sekuntia Venla Harjua hitaampana tuolla 1,4 kilometrissä, joten jännitys sen kun tiivistyy. And here is the situation at the 9th control. Olsson little bit ahead of Harju. Olsson tuolla ysirastilla tuolla reitivalinnalla hieman nopeampi kuin Harju ollut, joten muutama sekunti on naisten välistä eroa tuolla ysirastilla ja katsotaan miten tämä kisa tuolla edistyy. Charlotte Ward finishing here with the time 13:47 and 21st place. Sabine Hauswirth from Switzerland. Today, early in the morning when these women ran the qualifying race, Maja Alm, Sabine Hauswirth and also Helena Jansson won the race with exactly the same time. So is it going to be as tight a race as this was early morning? It's to be seen in the next 13-14 minutes. Tänään aamullahan Maja Alm, Sabine Hauswirth ja Helena Jansson voittivat karsintakilpailun kaikki 3 samalla ajalla. Tullaanko tänään näkemään yhtä tasainen jännittävä kilpailu? Se on nähtävissä seuraavan 13 minuutin ajana. Nadjana Wolinska 17 seconds already behind, leading Venla Harju at 1.4 kilometers. And here she is, Helena Jansson. Very strong effort yesterday in the sprint relay. They came side by side, Maja Alm and Helena Jansson, to the last 100 meters, and Jansson was strongest in that fight, although Denmark was disqualified because the missed punch, but still a strong running for Helena Jansson. And there she goes towards first control, when we have here Anastasia Rudnaya from Russia at 1.4 kilometers, and she's taking the lead by 1 second ahead of Venla Harju. Anastasia Rudnaya Venäjältä nyt kärkeen. Sekunnin nopeampana kuin Venla Harju 1,4 kilometrissä. And here's the situation at the finish. Caroline Olsson, Sweden leading. Kalina Vinogradova, Natalie Kemberle on the second place. Merja Rantanen fourth. Tessa Strain, Lilian Forsgren, Kirsi Nurmi, Svetlana Mironova is the order at the finish. Marika Teini 10, Sofia Haajanen 12 tällä hetkellä. Eli tasaista on naisten kilpailussa. GPS Harju Olsson synchronized situation. Here 9th, 10th and 11th control. At the same time we have here Nikoline Egebesjärvi from Norway finishing with a time 13:52. Tuve Alexandersson at 1.4 kilometers and Alexandersson takes the lead by 7 seconds. Alexandersson menee kärkeen 7 sekunnilla, eli todella vahvaa, varmaa tekemistä ruotsalaiselta. 7 seconds gap, leading time 5:05 for Tuve Alexandersson, Rudnaja, Harju, Olsson, Kemberle is the order at 1.4 kilometers. Ida Buba now approaching finish, and Buba is fighting with Rantanen and Strain about that 4th place. Very tight. Buba now approaching last 200 meters to run, and it's tight between Rantanen, Strain and Buba. Who is going to be on the 4th place? Seconds and are running, clock is ticking, and Buba punching on the last control and coming very strongly. Rantanen on the 4th place still after this one, and Strain loses 1 second, so Ida Buba goes on the 5th place, 17 seconds behind Caroline Olsson. So situation at the finish: Olsson, Kemberle, Vinogradova, Rantanen, Buba, Strain, top 6. Lina Strand at 1.4 kilometers goes on the 4th place, 9 seconds behind Tuve Alexandersson. Exactly same time with Caroline Olsen and Natalia Kemberle for Lina Strand. Eli todella tasainen on naisten kilpailu. Lina Strand täysin sama aika kuin Caroline Olsson. Olsson johtaa edelleen täällä maalissa, kun Sari Antonen lähestyy nyt maalia. Ja Sari taistelee nyt 7. sijasta Lilian Forsgrenin kanssa. Sari Antonen or Lilian Forsgren is going to take the 7th place when she is finishing here. Gap at 3.2 kilometers was 23 seconds, and she was only 2 seconds ahead of Lilian Forsgren there. So very strong effort from Sari Antonen also. Antonen painaa viimeisiä 100 metriä ja taistelee nyt Lilian Forsgrenin kanssa tuosta 7. sijasta. Kumman eduksi se taipuu? Sari painaa viimeiset metrit. Ja Sari pitää 7. paikan, 26 sekuntia eroa kärkeen tällä hetkellä. Sari Antonen on 6th place, 26 seconds behind leading Caroline Olsson. Final time 3:13.11. Majalm at 1.4 kilometers and 3rd place, 8 seconds behind Tuve Alexandersson. And then we have still Hauswirth and Jansson to come to 1.4 kilometers. Alm siis 3. 8 sekuntia eroa Tuve Alexanderssoniin, ja vielä sinne odotetaan kaksikko Hauswirth Jansson. Ja tässä sitten GPS seurantaa näiden kärkinaisten menosta. Here GPS Alexandersson leading, gap to chasing group was almost 10 seconds at that moment after the 12th control. And Hauswirth standing there on a crossroad, looking where to go, still standing, looking where to go. And now she is losing seconds there, many seconds. Interesting to see the gap at the 7th control. We have pre-warning was 5 seconds to Tuve Alexandersson, and now you can see when the gap is here at the 8th control, 20 seconds. So Hauswirth lost 15 seconds on that standing. Hauswirth hävisi tuossa siis 15 sekuntia tuolla seisomisella, tuolla yhdellä rastilla. Venla Harju rutistaa kohti maalia, ja Venla taistelee nyt yhdessä Vinogradovan Kemberlen kanssa kakkospaikasta. Venla Harju fighting with Vinogradova and Kemberle about the 2nd place. How are the seconds out of the finish side? Kemberle ja täysin samaan aikaan Natalia Kemperlen ja Kalina Vinogradovan kanssa, eli kakkoseksi menee. Second place for Venla Harju. Exactly the same time with Natalia Kemperle and Kalina Vinogradova. 12:51 for Venla Harju and 6 seconds behind Caroline Olsson. Helena Jansson at 1.4 kilometers and Jansson 7 seconds behind Tuve Alexandersson. So now we have the situation at 1.4 kilometers. Tuve Alexandersson in the lead. Rudnaja, Jansson, Alm, Harju, Kemperle, Olsson, Strand, Strain and Elena Roos on the 10th place at that moment. So very, very tight. And now we are waiting these athletes to 2.8 kilometers. Elena Roos from Switzerland now approaching finish and fighting with Tessa Strain about the 7th place. And it looks that Tessa Strain is going to keep that 7th place, and Helena Roos goes just ahead of Sari Antonen on 8th place. 13:07, 22 seconds behind leading Caroline Olsson. Nadia Volynskaya is then to come, but Volynskaya has lost almost 30 seconds to the leading Olsson at 3.2 kilometers. So she is fighting for the places 12, 13. And here the GPS, synchronous GPS, Alexandersson in the lead when she is now coming to 2.8 kilometers and taking the lead by 12 seconds. Tuve Alexandersson 12 sekunnilla kärkeen. Ruotsalaiskäksikko nyt kärjessä. Tuve Alexandersson leading time 10:40. 12 seconds faster than Caroline Olsson. Very interesting to see. Is it going to be Tuve Alexandersson winning this sprint here? We have to wait and see what are Elena Jansson, Maja Alm doing on the second part of this race. And Nadia Volynskaya from Ukraine finishing now on a 11th place, 31 seconds behind leading Caroline Olsson, and then next Anastasia Rudnaya from Russia, and Rudnaya is coming very well. She is now in the same group with Natalia Kemperle, Kalina Vinogradova and Venla Harju, and we are not counting seconds here. Nyt ei lasketa sekunteja, sillä tässä kasassa ovat nyt venäläiset ja sitten Harju. Miten sekunnit taipuvat? Anastasia Rudnaya, now there goes the time to Caroline Olsson. So much she's lost to the best time so far, but what is the time here? Rudnaya 9 seconds behind the leading and takes the 5th place. So she lost here on the last couple hundred meters, couple of seconds to the landmates Kemperle and Vinogradova and Harju. And now Tuve Alexandersson pushing the last 100 meters. Is she going to win today? It looks very, very strong, this Swede. Ja tässä tullaan lujaa. Onko tässä päivän ykkönen? Tuve Alexandersson painaa sen, minkä pääsee. Is she going to win here? Tuve Alexandersson from Sweden pushing very hard and taking the lead by 17 seconds ahead of Caroline Olsson from Sweden. 12:28. 12:28 on kärkiaika. Todella, mutta sitten Maja Alm 3 sekuntia kärkeen. Maja Alm taking the lead at 2.8 kilometers, 3 seconds ahead of Tuve Alexandersson, and she knows the situation here. It's very, very tight. And here we see the GPS, the route choice from the 14th to 15th control. Maja Alm has been there stronger and taking the lead, but is she going to be the stronger also here in the end? It's very, very tight. First we are going to have Lina Strand here, and Lina Strand, she is fighting with Caroline Olsson now about the 2nd place. She looks a little bit tired here when she is heading towards the finish. Tuve Alexandersson's time goes there, and now we are looking the seconds to Caroline Olsson. Lina Strand, is she going to take the 2nd place? Gap was 17 seconds from Alexandersson to Olsson, ja Lina Strand näin kakkoseksi. Ruotsalaisilla kolmoisjohto. 3 Swedes in the lead. Lina Strand losing 15 seconds to Tuve Alexandersson. And then Maija Alm pushing very hard. Very strong finish for Maija Alm. Is she going to take the lead? Sabine Hauswirth has lost over 20 seconds at 2.8 kilometers. And now Maija Alm pushing here the last 100 meters. It looks very good. She has still time. Still 15 seconds. Maija Alm taking the lead. Maija Alm menee kärkeen. Todella hieno suoritus. Taking the lead by 10 seconds. What a finish for Maija Alm. Mikä lopetus Maija Almilta. 10 sekunnilla kärkeen. Huippu suoritus. Runttasi tuon viimeisen 400 metriä kyllä sellaista vauhtia, että oksat pois tai katukivetys rullalle. Maija Alm in the lead with a time 12:18, 10 seconds faster than Tuve Alexandersson, and now Helena Jansson still to come and Sabine Hauswirth, but Sabine Hauswirth has lost 23 seconds at 2.8 kilometers, and here is Helena Jansson at 2.8 kilometers, and the gap is 18 seconds to Maija Alm. So it looks that Maija Alm is number one today. Näyttää siltä, että Maija Alm on päivän ykkönen. Helena Jansson fighting about the third place with Lina Strand. Also possible to catch up to Alexander, but that means that she has to fly these last 400 meters. Sabine Hauswirth, second last woman on the course, coming very strong here, but the seconds are gliding away from her. And Hauswirth now fighting for the fifth place with Caroline Olsson, Lina Strand. And Strand keeping her third place, Olsson also the fourth place, and Hauswirth on the fifth place, 12:47, 29 seconds behind, leading Maija Alm. Hauswirth viidenneksi 29 sekuntia, taipuu hän jo vain 4 sekuntia Lina Strandiin, mutta nyt meillä on vielä Helena Jansson, mutta Jansson tehnyt tuossa lopussa virheitä, ero jo puoli minuuttia tuolla 3,2 kilometriä eli maalivaroituksesta, eli näyttää siltä, että Maija Alm, Tuve Alexandersson, Lina Strand on kärkikaksikko. Helena Jansson at the pre-warning at the 3.2 kilometers, already 30 seconds behind, so she is tired. And maybe small mistakes, and clock is ticking already. Plus seconds to Maija Alm and Tuve Alexandersson. So Helena Jansson is fighting for top 10 position. There she comes. Helena Jansson tulee tässä näin kaikki mitä hän pystyy, mutta taipuu, on erittäin väsynyt. She is very tired and the clock is ticking and the women they are close to each other. So Helena Jansson now pushing towards top 10 position is 9th place, 35 seconds behind, winning Maija Alm. So what a race, what a dramatic race, and here is the last part, Jansson and Strand. Helena making a mistake, turning one too early here towards the 19th control and losing there some seconds, and that means that she drops out on a 9th place. Top 10. Päivän kärkikymmenikkö. Maija Alm, Tuve Alexandersson, Lina Strand, Caroline Olsson, Sabine Hauswirth, Natalia Kemperle, Kalina Vinogradova, Venla Harju, Helena Jansson and Anastasia Rudnaja. Venla Harju komeasti jaetulla 6. sijalla, Merja Rantanen 11, Sari Anttonen 15, Kirsi Nurmi 17, Marika Teini 22, Sofia Haija 24. Eli vahva tasainen suoritus naisilla. And soon we are ready for the flower ceremony of the women's race. What a tight race we have seen, both the women's and men's race here at Lohja. Tomorrow they are going to have a rest day, and on the Saturday we are continue with the middle distance competition here at Lohja. Ja huomennahan on sitten luvassa välipäivä ja sitten lauantaina jatketaan keskimatkan kisalla. And soon we are ready for the flowering ceremony after.
Jeg forsøgte ligesom at presse på fra bøjen og få en bra start, og sen så var min plan kanskje ikke at fokusere på, at det skulle være perfekt hele vejen, men at tage fine vægvalg. Og sen så vidste jeg, at jeg var snap, og det bare var ikke at gøre store mistag. Så det var planen, og jeg tror, jeg lykkes med det.
Vad säger du om igår? Var det besvikelse för dig? Ja, hur behandlade du det?
Og det var en tuff dag i går. En ting er at blive diskvalificeret, når man gør et individuelt løb, men det var tungt for mig at gøre det på stafet. Specielt når mine lagkompiser de havde sprunget så bra, der var det ligesom bare nej. Så jeg har ikke sovet så bra i nat, så det var ligesom bare at fokusere på at lade om, og sen så var det bra, vi havde kvalifikationen, hvor jeg kändes pigg, så det var bra.
Du var så stark i slutet idag. Alltså, vad betyder det här för lördag och söndag tävlingar då?
Ja, men lørdag og søndag er jo noget helt andet. Det er jo jättetufft at springe her i finsk terræn. Men jeg ser frem mod det. Jeg har forsøgt at fokusere lidt mere på skog, uden at miste noget på sprint. Så nu får vi se. Jeg håber på at kan være med nogenstans i toppen på begge tävlingar.
Tack så mycket och grattis!
Ja, mange tak.
And now we are ready for the flowering ceremony for the women's race. Kolmas tänään, third today. Lina Strand, Ruotsi, Sweden. Second, päivän kilpailun kakkonen, Tuve Alexandersson, Ruotsi, Sweden. And today's winner, päivän voittaja Maija Alm, Tanska, Denmark. (12:18, 12:18 was the winning time for Maija Alm. Tuve Alexandersson 12:28, 10 seconds behind, and Lina Strand, Sweden, 25 seconds behind. Congratulations, top three. Maija Alm, Tuve Alexandersson, Lina Strand. And here once more the GPS of these three top ladies, also seen here on the screen. Tuolla screenillä nähtävissä myös kärkikolmikon tämän päivän suoritus GPS-seurannan osalta. Tasainen kilpailu, joka ratkesi siis Maija Almin vahvaan vetoon lopussa. Very tight competition, and it was a tough effort from Maija Alm in the last 400 meters. We saw here, and that was how the competition was solutioned. And now we have the protest time here at Competition Center, 15 minutes, and then we have the official results of today's race. Tuve Alexandersson led here in the beginning. Alm and Strand, they were maybe 8-7 seconds behind here in the beginning. Alexandersson pushing very strongly. And here on the 11th control, the gap is almost 10 seconds, but Alm coming closer and closer, and Strand pushing there also smoothly. Tasainen kilpailu, ja usein reitinvalintaero nähtiin tässä 15 rastille tullossa. There was the biggest difference between Alm and Alexandersson. Alm was there fast and came cap with Alexandersson, and then it was just a fight between these two ladies. And Maija Alm, she was stronger here in the end, pushing very hard this last couple hundred meters. Maija Alm oli vain todella vahva tässä lopussa, rutistaen nuo viimeiset 100 metrit. Yannick